Today I'm going to talk about something called a scope resolution operator, which is something we have talked about in the past. I think it's the one we talked about statics inside classes. But I would like to do a quick recap because there's a few keywords that we haven't talked about when it comes to using this operator here. You might know it as the double colons that we have right next to each other so we can access statics inside classes. So as you can see in front of me here, I do have two classes. I have a class called first class and I have a class called second class that extends to the first class, meaning that we can actually inherit things from the first class. That's also something we talked about in the past. And what I would like to talk about here is not only the scope resolution operator and some of the keywords that goes with it, but also something called constants. When it comes to programming languages, we have something called a constant, which is something you may recognize from my JavaScript course if you followed that one. Basically, a constant is a variable or property that we can't change. Well, you can't really call them a variable or property because a constant is a thing in itself. But just so you can understand what a constant is, it is similar to a variable, but you can't change the information inside of it later on. So when you define a constant, whatever it is equal to is forever going to be what it's equal to. You can't change it later on. So we can also have these inside classes, like you can see here. I do actually have my class called first class, and inside of it, I have a constant defined at the top here, where it's set equal to. You can't change this because you definitely can't because it's a constant. It is a naming convention that you need to use capitalized letters for naming constants. So that is something to keep in mind. Now you might be asking, well, why do we need to create a constant when it might just be easier to create a variable that we can change later on? Because what if I at some point decide that I want to change this constant into something else? Well, the reason we use a constant is because in some cases we have data inside our application that we know for a fact should not change at any point during our application. So to make sure that we don't accidentally at some point change it, we create a constant, because if we at some point by accident do something that could change this constant into something else, then it's going to throw us an error message. So this is why we might want to use constants here. Now, when we use a constant inside a class, there is a way for us to access it outside the class. So I did actually comment something out down here. I'm just gonna go ahead and uncomment it. Now, if you remember from the static episode where we talked about how to access static methods inside a class, you'll notice that it's actually very similar to that. So if I were to, let's say, create a variable called a, in this case, it's just an example, and then refer to first class, which is the class that I'm trying to get into, and then say, well, okay, I want to use a scope resolution operator in order to access the constant called example, because that's what I named it in here. Then we can actually go ahead and echo this out inside the browser. So if I were to pull it up here, just refresh it, because I did set everything up before I did this episode. So it's going to have some stuff on the screen there. You can see that it says you can't change this, which is what we have inside the constant. So that is how we can access constants from inside a class. And I do also want to talk about something else, which is a couple of keywords that is related to, like I said, the scope resolution operator that we have here. Now, just to show it up, because some people might have forgotten it, if I want to access this method in here, which is actually a static method, then I can actually go and do that in sort of the same way. We use the double colons, which is called a scope resolution operator. And I can actually go and say, well, I want to access this test static method, and I can go ahead and do that instead if I want to. Going back inside the code, you can see I have a second class over here. Now, this is going to get a little bit more fun because inside the second class, we do actually extend to the first class, meaning that we inherit all the data from inside first class. But there's an issue here, because usually when we do this, we inherit properties and methods from another class. And when it comes to using statics, it's a little bit different because it doesn't work the exact same way. And the same thing goes for when it's a constant, because constants and statics don't work in the same way as properties and methods when it comes to inheritance and that sort of thing. So if I were to go inside my second class and say, well, I want to access, let's say, this static property I have up here at the top, because inside my second class I do also have just a regular static property. Again, we would have to access it using these two colons. Let me actually go ahead and delete the comment down here at the bottom. We would actually need to access it using the colons like so, in order to access the property. Now, this is going to be a little bit different if I want to access a static property or static method from inside a class from another class, because I'm trying to access this outside the classes, which is fine. We can just use the double colons, which is, by the way, called a scope resolution operator. I'm gonna stop saying that because it is getting quite annoying, I think. So when we want to access a static from inside a class or a constant, then we have to do it a little bit different. As you can see down inside my static function in here, or we could just have done it from a regular method, doesn't really matter. If I want to access a static from inside this class, we don't refer to it as, the class name and then double colon and then whatever we're trying to access here. We do have a couple of different keywords to be used in front of the double colons we have here. So in this case, if I want to access a constant or a static that is inside a class that I'm extending to, meaning I'm inheriting from this class here, then we can use something called parent, which means that I'm actually accessing the parent class, which is the one we're extending to, so first class. And then I can simply go in and access, whatever I'm trying to access in there. In this case here, a constant. I'm just going to comment this out again, so we only get the output from our second class over here. So if we were to go inside my browser, you can see you can't change this and then a static property. We're getting two messages because if I were to go back in there, you can actually see that I have two messages inside this static method in here. So the second output I have in here is very similar to the first one. Instead of referencing to the parent, which is the first class over here, I'm now referencing to this class I'm inside of. Now, usually if we're referencing from a regular method and we want to reference to another method or a property that's inside the same class, we would do it by writing variable this and then point to whatever property or method we're trying to access. But because these are statics, we do it differently. We refer to it by something called self. So if I want to reference to this property that's inside the same class I'm trying to access it from, then we use self instead of parent. And then we can just simply spit it out from in here. That's why we're getting two messages inside the browser, by the way. This is the one from the first class, and this is the one from the same class I'm inside of trying to access. So now I think this is pretty much what I want to just sort of show in this episode. I just wanted to do a show off of the different keywords that we could use in order to either access a constant or a static from within a class. So it would be like this. Again, just to show with this example over here in the first class, I could also go into my static function here or static method, and I could reference to this example up here by saying I want to echo out self. Like so. That will work out the exact same way as it does over here, but instead of parent, I'm using self because now this constant is inside the same class I'm inside of. So again, you sort of get the idea here behind, using the scope resolution operator and then using constants and statics. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one.